Paying attention to politics existing in our current political climate is exhausting. There are often times I got to take a break. I'll check out. I'm not on social media as much anymore. I have like programmatic tweets that go out that like promote the videos and stuff. I try not to be there as often because it invariably leaves me, like I'm sure it leaves you, exhausted. And one of the things that exhausts me the most is something that we're witnessing right now as a full court press of misinformation and disinformation from the right, from conservatives, from Fox News, from Newsmax, is this blaming the Democrats for the assassination attempts on Donald Trump's life. There was only one assassination attempt, and it was from a registered Republican. The other guy, this unhinged nut who voted for Trump in 2016 and lied about his involvement with trying to get forces into Ukraine, just an unhinged character, wasn't an assassination attempt. Anyway, that's another topic. But they are right now trying to make excuses as in an effort to silence any criticism of Donald Trump. And Greg Gutfeld really went all in yesterday on Fox News in an attempt to do this, talking about this weaponized persuasion campaign against Donald Trump. That if you for so long call Donald Trump Hitler and say that he's evil or that he's a threat to democracy, eventually those chickens are going to come home to roost, is ultimately what he's saying. It's not the words he uses. And it's tiring. It's exhausting, but the work is so important that none of us have time to rest. None of us have time to just check out and let the election happen the way it's going to happen. We all have a role to play in ensuring that democracy continues in the United States. It is not a threat to democracy to call Donald Trump a threat to democracy. He himself attempted to end democracy in America. He himself did that. He himself has said he's going to be a dictator on day one. He himself said that the levels of election interference give him the right to terminate the United States Constitution. That's him. And us pointing it out isn't a threat. Us failing to point it out would be a threat. So I want you to watch this clip, and I want you to marvel at the lunacy and the projection that's allowed on the news network of Fox News.
If you want to call him Hitler, call him Hitler. I don't really care. But I do think there is a difference in how people react to it. There's a weaponized persuasion when it's done over time. For example, if you want to bring up that Trump was Obama born in the United States, 99% of the people thought that was a joke. It was not a sustained thing. What you're dealing with Democrats, I think, is a weaponized persuasion tactic. If you continually, over time, compare somebody to Hitler or Mussolini, you say you actually spread the key words of existential, threat to democracy, or evil over time. There's a definite reason for that. There's also just one little event that people should remember. When Trump got shot and he shouted "fight, fight, fight," there were people in the media who claimed he was inciting violence. Yep. Okay, so what I want you to remember that as they start to focus on the Trump base, because the Trump base is now going to be the target. It's going to be their response to the attacks either on Trump or on them. It's never the actual attack. It's their response to it. And they're always disappointed because after the Crooks attack, nothing happened. I don't think, if anything happens to Trump, there's going to be a lot of sorrow and a lot of pain and a lot of anger. But there won't be looting. There won't be rioting. There won't be crime because, we get up, we go to work, we try to be good people. I don't know if that's the case with the radicals because you see that on campuses with a war that's in another country. That there is crime and vandalism and taking people hostage over an issue that has nothing to do with us. Imagine what could happen if something were to happen to them, and we don't want them to. But I'm just saying, on the whole, the Trump supporters they're on good behavior.
So let me get this straight, Greg. Every single danger that Donald Trump poses to the country, it's a joke or it's minimized. And then every criticism that Democrats like me have for Donald Trump is a grave threat against his life. Birtherism, oh, that was a joke. Nobody took that seriously, says Greg Gutfeld, apparently forgetting the Tea Party movement, apparently forgetting that birtherism brought us images of Obama burning in effigy. Racist memes and racist campaign signs, before memes were as readily available online, of Obama being compared to like African shaman. It wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a brief moment in history. It was a sustained effort until Obama finally relented and provided a copy of his long-form birth certificate from Hawaii. This dancing around bullshit is exhausting. Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. He attempted to stay in power, usurping our democracy. He wanted to stay in power extra-constitutionally. And when it didn't happen on January 6th the way he wanted with Mike Pence, a mob, an angry, armed, frothing, violent mob was dispatched to the Capitol to postpone the certification of the election. So his fake electors could then be supplanted for the real ones, staying in power, ending democracy in America. Fox News must think that their viewers are just the dumbest motherfuckers who've ever lived. Maybe they're right. Maybe Fox News viewers and Donald Trump voters are the dumbest motherfuckers who've ever lived. Maybe, just maybe. Or maybe they believe so hard in the ethos of racism and division and authoritarianism that they'll believe anything Donald Trump says because he's their guy. He's going to bring them what they want, which is that steady, violent boot upon the neck of themselves. I don't know. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about this. Tired. Very tired. You can comment below. I welcome that. That will trigger YouTube to share this video with new possible viewers, and that is great. You can also call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054, and email me, as always, daily at Dollemore.com. If you're still around and you'd like to support this work, if you're still here watching, it means that you do care enough to stick around to the end. Please consider supporting this work. Click the join button below for $1.99. You can be a producer of this content with me by becoming a channel member. Click the join button below. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both great ways to help support this work. Follow me on the social media where I am less and less at Dollemore. I hope you're there less and less. And I appreciate you very much. Be genuine. Take care of one another.